Good afternoon, students. So today this lecture is for class 10th and we are going to understand about the blood circulation through human heart. So this is the human heart, and as you can clearly see that there are 4 chambers. So 2 upper chambers are called auricles. So this chamber which is present on the right side is known as right auricle, and this chamber which is present on the left is known as left auricle. Now below the downward chambers are known as ventricles. So same, this is right ventricle and this is left ventricle. Now we also should know various blood vessels which are coming and connecting in these chambers. So these blood vessels this blood vessel which is present here in the right side, bringing the blood from right side, are marking it with blue because it is bringing deoxygenated blood. So it is carrying deoxygenated blood. So this vessel will be known as vena cava. And here this vessel which is bringing the oxygenated blood, these 2 vessels which are bringing the oxygenated blood, these are pulmonary veins. These are bringing blood from the lungs. So these are pulmonary veins. Now the biggest artery is here which is going from the left ventricle. This is known as aorta. So this is the aorta. So these are the vessels which you can see. One more vessels you are able to see, which are these vessels. These are pulmonary arteries. Now, after labeling this heart, we can also see here this separation between the right and left side of the heart. This is known as septum. So, the right side is separated from the left side through the help of septum, and these places these structures which are present, which are the like gateways of the blood flow that allows blood only from upper chambers to lower chambers, and then they close just like gate. So these are known as valves. So valves are present between the upper and the lower chambers. Now we are going to understand how the blood circulation happens in the heart. So vena cava, we will start from the vena cava. Vena cava will bring the deoxygenated blood from whole body and pours into right atrium. Now vena cava has brought the blood from whole body, deoxygenated blood, and it has poured its blood into the right atrium. So upper right chamber it has poured. Now the blood will go from blood moves from right atrium to right ventricle. So from upper chamber it will go into the lower chamber by atrium contraction. When atrium will contract, means this is muscular structure. So when muscles of the atrium will contract, they will squeeze the blood and will go from the valves into the lower chamber. Now ventricles get filled with blood, supplies that into pulmonary artery. So it will supply the blood, deoxygenated blood into pulmonary artery. So it will get filled with blood and it will supply the blood into pulmonary artery to go to the lungs to reach lungs. So this circulation, which is starting from the body has collected the blood from the vena cava and is filled in the right atrium, and from right atrium it has gone into the right ventricle to the muscular contraction movement, and now from the right ventricle it has moved to the pulmonary artery to reach lungs. This circulation is the first circulation. This is called pulmonary circulation. Now pulmonary circulation is finished. This is the first circulation. We say that in human heart there is double circulation. So this is the first circulation which takes place in the right side of the body, heart. Now we will come to we'll start from pulmonary veins. So inside the lungs the oxygenation occurs. The gas exchange of the blood will occur, and then now the oxygenated blood will come by pulmonary veins, or we can say pulmonary veins are brings oxygenated blood. Pulmonary veins brings oxygenated blood, are pulmonary veins bring oxygenated blood and fills in left atrium and fills in left atrium. Then through contraction oxygenated blood so here pulmonary veins have brought the oxygenated blood, and through contraction of the left atrium the oxygenated blood pushed in left ventricle, and from left ventricle, when left ventricle contracts, then it pushes the blood, or we can say it pumps blood up in the aorta. Through aorta, oxygenated blood is supplied to whole body. Is supplied to whole body. So this is called, because from the lungs the oxygenated blood is coming and it is moving in the left side, and from left side it is going through, by the contraction of the left ventricle it is going through the aorta into whole body. So this is called as, this is called, because now the blood will move in whole system, so this is called systemic circulation. So this is the second circulation which takes place in the heart, systemic circulation. So both the circulations there. So note, there are two circulations. So blood circulation in humans is called double circulation. Few points are there after the double circulation is that this septum prevents the mixing of blood. So oxygenated and deoxygenated blood is separated because of the presence of this septum. This partition, the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood does not get mixed. And the left ventricle is very highly muscular, having thick muscles, and heart is more thick at the left side, more muscular, so as muscular as to pump blood to whole body. Whole body. So this is the thing. This question comes, why? What is the importance of septum? So it prevents the mixing of blood from the both the sides. And what is the importance of left ventricle being more muscular? Why it is more muscular? Because it is pumping the blood through the aorta to the whole body. So it needs to generate more pressure, and in the aorta the ventricles generate through the muscles the necessary blood pressure. What is the range of blood pressure in the normal range of blood pressure in the human? So normal range of blood pressure is normal range of blood pressure is 120 by 80 millimeter of mercury, and it is measured by an instrument called sphygmomanometer. So sphygmomanometer is helpful in measuring the blood pressure, and the normal range is 120 by 80 millimeter of Hg. So this is the thing, this is the higher number and this is the lower number. So if the BP is changing, for example in age-old individuals, if blood pressure higher value is more than 120, then and lower value is also more than 80, we say that it is having hypertension. Means high BP. And if the values are less than we say that it is hypotension, means low BP. So high BP and low BP, people suffer from these problems. So lower BP and high BP. For example, if I give you one example, that what is this means 144, if any person's BP is coming 144 and 100. So we say that it is a high BP patient. And if I give you one more range, that the person's BP is 100 and 70. So what we can say that it is low BP. Means both the things are dropped. So it becomes 100 and it becomes 70. So the person is suffering from low BP. So these are the problems which are faced by the heart. These are called heart problems. So I hope this topic is clear to you. Draw a unit label diagram which is giving NCERT and make the notes of this topic. This is the working of heart or circulation through the heart. Thank you.